sustainable, and intentionally missional ministry in the Diocese of Central Newfoundland. Welcome to the future. And now we're going to talk about what's next. And really the only thing we know is that there's going to be unstoppable change. And that's not just in Central Newfoundland, friends. That's right across the country. Now, from the beginning of the process, it was made clear that the document that we produced called Policy on Sustainable and Strategically Intentional Ministry was not meant to be a set of rules. It was meant to create a series of expectations, and we really didn't know what that might look like, but we knew people had to start talking about the future. It was meant to engage our clergy and to provide a direction for them, because remember, our clergy were brought up in the same church as we were, and it's just as tough for them because all of a sudden we're playing by a whole new set of rules and a whole different playing field, if you want to use that analogy. We asked our clergy to take it, study it, make it their own, and get grounded in the realities of church life today. And once the clergy were ready, the expectation was and remains that they would initiate and lead conversations in their own parishes and congregations. The document was meant to be a living thing that you could take apart, argue with, learn from, and discern God's will. It is meant to help us discover that there is a future and a hope for those who are invested in following Jesus. For example, we've closed churches, no secret. And there's been two distinct scenarios that we have seen. There are people who have closed the churches and they've been really sad about it, but they felt they had no choice. People stopped caring. Huge cost of repairs might have been the final straw. And yet, there are others who drawn from that experience and said, it's better for us to close the church and for those of us who remain to go to the closest congregation. So you see, there's two different ways of looking at it. And some of our congregations that are close by have heard of the sorrow that these people are going through, and they've sent written invitations, or they visited them and said, come with us, we want you. Isn't that powerful? There's growth, there's hope. So back to the document. In the document you will find observations, cold hard facts about the truth. You're going to find teaching, and you're going to find some explanations. So the document shows what a missional congregation might look like. In other words, a congregation might be missional, but having problems surviving. But with a missional frame of mind, you start doing things differently and you have a different perspective. And it shows what a congregation that's bent on survival might look like. And there are some congregations that say, we're just going to hang on to the end. We're going to die, and leave us alone, let us die quietly, or whatever. And that's not saying that there's a failure there or a bad attitude. That's just where people are. It's about pain and hurting and grieving. The document provides tools to help us see what a parish that is sustainable might look like. The document provides tools to help us see what a parish that is unsustainable might look like. So in the document, you're going to see a series of questions that will serve as a guide, almost like a mirror, to help us discover who we are, where we are, and to challenge us to decide just what kind of church that we really want to be. Not going to be easy. All around our diocese, we are witnessing, as I said, two different energies around what's happening in the church. And so I'll say this to you. You can choose to believe that we're just trying to manage decline, or that we are waking up to the call of the Holy Spirit in a changed time to a new and exciting partnership with Jesus. A new partnership in bringing healing and reconciliation to our world in our time. I don't deny that we're doing a lot of what we're doing because we have no choice. But isn't that the way God works? At our Diocesan Synod, we're going to be using the questionnaire from that document to help us focus on understanding our own context. I'm doing these videos to give our people a head start, and these videos are being shared throughout the diocese on the internet so that everybody will start having this conversation. And that's important, you know. Synod itself is a gathering of leaders. The idea of having a synod means that there are leaders in the church elected by the people, chosen, and the clergy, to take counsel for the church. What is said and discerned at a synod is understood to be the voice of the Holy Spirit within and to the whole church. Our synods are very important. That doesn't mean that only synod delegates should be engaged. You do not have to be a member of synod to engage these questions, do you? Now, all you have to do is go to our website at centraldiocese.ca, and up on the top you will see Synod 2021. You click on that link there, and you're going to find the documents, you're going to find the videos, everything you need to engage synod process. And I'm available, Archdeacon Terry is available at any time to listen to your wisdom, your advice, and your fears, your concerns, and your heartbreak.